El Paso. Thank you so much for joining us. I am super excited because we have Krista Mashore from Krista Mashore Coaching. She is a digital marketing coach, an author of 4 best-selling books. She was a teacher that became a real estate agent that is using digital marketing to grow her business, and now is teaching others to use those techniques to grow the business. Krista, welcome so much. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is great.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Like I was telling the people, you are a digital marketing coach. I did take your 7-day challenge, but I wanted to bring you to the El Paso community because not only are you teaching others to grow their business in the digital marketing world, but it's not just real estate. It is for anybody that owns a business that is using social media right now would benefit from you. And so that's why the reason why I wanted to bring you to the El Paso community. So tell us about yourself and how you got started first in real estate, and then we'll go, talk a little bit about the digital marketing.
Yes, I used to be a teacher. I taught 3rd grade for 6 years, and my younger daughter ended up getting sick. She contracted spinal meningitis and had kidney issues. She only has 1 kidney now and had several strokes when she was little. And so they had told me that she was going to end up having some mental disabilities. So I left my full-time teaching job to go be a stay-at-home mom. And I thought I would just play real estate. My goal was to, sell a couple houses a year. I'd make what I was making as a teacher and to be able to be home with my daughter. And my husband at the time ended up having an affair, and I ended up having to go straight into real estate, like full time. So my first year I sold 69 houses, my first year in real estate, and I have just been doing it ever since.
Wow, that's amazing. So we are in real estate, right? We are with the same company, XP. How long have you been doing real estate for?
So I'm doing real estate for 19 years, 20 years coming up this year. And I love it. I've sold around 2,200 homes in my career. I'm average about over 100 homes a year, usually closer to 150. But about 3 years ago, I left full-time real estate to teach real estate agents how to utilize digital marketing and social media to dominate their industries. And we launched like just very recently teaching local professionals as well, because we've been able to teach this to it works for any profession, whether you're selling t-shirts or whether you're a dentist or a doctor or an attorney. And so we now help any professional how to utilize the internet and social media and digital marketing to dominate their profession.
Yes, I know. So before doing this digital marketing, how did you find your clients? Like, how did you go out there to, I know that you say that you were doing over 100 homes a year. Like, how did you do that?
Well, I tried to always do something that whatever everyone else was doing, I tried to do something a little different. Mm-hmm. So to sort of position myself in a different manner. So like, for example, when everybody else was doing black and white flyers, I would do 4-page custom brochures. Before anyone else was, I used to do put CDs on my signs so it'd have like 50 pictures on there before the internet was around really. And I used to market on TV. So I would always try to do things that everyone else wasn't doing. I used to have my own radio show and kind of just position myself differently than everyone else. And that's really what I do now as well, utilizing video and utilizing social media, Facebook in general. We also market on Instagram and YouTube, but I really, really have mastered the Facebook marketing. And so we teach people how to create one video and then to take that video and distribute it in multiple different forms, but then to be able to actually get eyes on it, because it's great to do video. I mean, it's just so it breaks down barriers. It gets people to know you, to like you, and to trust you. It positions you as the expert authority, right? But if no one sees it, it doesn't really make a difference matter that you're doing video. So we teach people how to do the video, but then also how to distribute it so that it gets seen by the masses.
Right. Yes. And that's one of the things that when I did take your 7-day challenge, you did tell us a lot about that. Video is important, of course, but we want to make sure that you're going to be able to use it to connect with people and to market yourself. How did you transition from real estate into coaching?
Well, I had been coaching I'm in real estate for a long time. It was 17 years when I 16 years when I first started coaching. And I, pretty much mastered real estate. I mean, sold a lot of houses over the years, obviously. Really did it differently than most of my competitors. Like, for example, I don't do open houses or door knock or cold call. I really utilize the internet and social media to really position myself as the go-to authority. And so people just kept telling me forever, like, you should be a coach. You're so much energy, and your marketing is amazing. And I'd always wanted to do something like that because I used to be a teacher. I'm still kind of a teacher at heart, if that makes sense. And so one day I just thought, I'm going to go for it. And so I just started, and since then we've built that business. We went from 0 to $7.4 million in 25 months in the coaching industry, again, using video and social media. So we used that. That was the avenue I used to get my name out there. I've written a couple best-selling books on real estate and digital marketing. Just recently, I launched one called The Ultimate Lead Gen Playbook for dominating your local profession. That one's on Amazon. And in fact, if you go to getkristasbook.com, that's getkristasbook.com, you can get a free digital copy of it. And so we launched those now to talk to local professionals. So yeah, it's great.
Yes. Which I did order. I did order the book. And you have a podcast, the Fired Up podcast, and tell us a little bit. I know that I listen to it on YouTube, but tell us a little bit about what is it
so I have a podcast, and it's geared again towards digital marketing and how to show up differently in the marketplace. There's a lot of mindset on there. Some of it's real estate specific, but most of it's not. We're trying to not make it just so real estate specific, because again, we are teaching local professionals now as well as real estate agents. So we've got, it's called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, and Fired Up with Krista Mashore is where you can see our podcast. We also put the podcast and all the videos on YouTube as well. It's just a great way to get people to know you, because before people will know you, they're not going to want to work with you. So the idea is to get people to really, really know who you are, utilizing video and getting it, distributed and seen. And it's just been so effective, because when people call you, they've kind of already made the decision. If you're doing a lot of video, when they call you, they've already kind of developed a relationship with you. There's something called the parasocial relationship, which basically means that because of us watching television when we were younger, our brains have been predispositioned and programmed to see somebody on the other side of a screen or of a computer or a phone, as somebody of importance. And you start to kind of develop a relationship with somebody. It's kind of like when you have your favorite characters, on a certain TV show. Like, you love your characters, you cry for them, you cheer for them. You developed a relationship with them. They don't know you, but you feel like you know them. And so they're developing, your community, when you use video, is developing a relationship with you. And it starts to really position you as the authority. And you can be brand new to any industry. And if you start creating video content around your community and around, your subject matter, people will start to see you as the expert authority. And so you want to make sure that you're, not just always doing, let's just say you're a dentist, you don't always want to be talking about teeth, right? Or let's just say you're an insurance agent, you don't always want to be talking about insurance, but you want to talk about helpful tips and tricks and hacks and things to make people's lives better. And then you want to incorporate parts of your business into it. And so, like I said, you can be a brand new person in your industry and talk about, common questions that people have, or, the phases of the life cycle of doing business with you, and so many different things. And before you know it, people they assume that you're doing a lot of business because they see you so often.
Right. Yeah. And that's how I found you. I found you first on YouTube. And I'm looking at your videos and everything. And then all of a sudden I see, oh, she's a real estate agent. And then, oh, she's with EXP2. And so, yeah, so that's where I found you on YouTube. And then I went to your social media, and, you have all this great content in there that really interested me. And so then I started your 7-day challenge from there. So, yeah, so video is really great. And that was one of the things that I was going to ask you, why is it so important to make video?
Well, if you do the stats on video versus, pictures alone, it's just insane. Video, it's like 800 times more conversions. And, according to Forbes, basically, 64% of people are more likely to purchase something after seeing a video on it. Well, they're purchasing you, right? Like, people are purchasing you. They're 64% more likely to purchase you or use you because they're seeing a video. does it make sense to use video, right? You get 66% more qualified leads when using video. I mean, I can go on and on about the stats of video and just how much it's being used. And think about like the younger generation doesn't even watch television. They are always on their phone watching YouTube and watching, Snapchat and what's that new one? TikTok, right? They're constantly using, watching videos. So people are on their phones all the time. When you go out to dinner, you see, families and their heads are all down on their phones. It's really sad actually, but people are always on their phones. And so, the more that you can connect with people in a manner, being a good marketer is going where your customer is, right? Like going where your customers are online, your customers are watching video. So being a good marketer, it's not just about being good at your profession. It's about being a good marketer, right? And as a good marketer, we need to go where our customers and our clients are. And, when you go to buy a pizza or you want to go purchase a car, or where do you go? You go online, right? You do everything online.
Right.
So our customers are online. So we need to go where our customers are.
Yeah. And I mean, if you own a business, you're basically a marketer, right? So yeah. So, and right now during this digital era, like you mentioned, video is the way to go. And so, yeah, so if you want to grow your business, this is a place to be right now to learn from Krista. We do have a couple of questions, and right now we'll go over them. The people that are asking on questions online. But, tell us about the challenge. Like I mentioned to you guys, I did join Krista's 7-day challenge. It's a 3 and 30-day challenge. So tell us about that, Krista. What is all?
Yeah, so we've got, it's KristaMashore.com/free challenge. That's Krista Mashore, MASHORE.com/free challenge. And we have 2 challenges. One is 3 clients in 30 days. Another one is a 7-day challenge called the Client Conversion Accelerator, where you're actually learning to, coach with me live 7 days, 5 days in a row. And then you'll get invited to a 3-day live training as well after that, if you purchase after the challenge. So it's great. You get live coaching with me. We give you step-by-step action items to do every single day to grow and enhance your business. And we give you step-by-step action items. And one of the smallest things that I can start telling you to do right now is what we have people do: 10 video text messages a day. So if you just sent 10 video text messages every single day to people that friends of friends on Facebook, people who comment or like or share on Facebook, just about go through your phone and scroll and look at, who all your contacts are, and just start sending them a video text message saying, hey, it's Krista. Just, I saw that you did X, Y, and Z today, or I saw you guys had an anniversary, or I saw your son went to college, or, hey, I love that new dress. You guys just wanted to say hi. I was thinking about you. Hope you're doing well, without asking for business, without reminding them what you do. Don't tell them you're in real estate or you're, whatever your profession is. Just say hi, give them a nice, sincere compliment. Scroll their Facebook page and find something nice to say about them, or just let them know you're thinking about them. And you'd be amazed if just by doing that, how much business you'd get. I guarantee you'd pick up 12 new clients. We've had people just from that one strategy alone pick up 8 clients in a 30-day time frame. So, it works. It's just a matter of doing it, right? It's something that's very simple, but it's not always easy. It's simple to do, but not always easy to do, because we're not used to it, and we're worried about what people are going to say about us and think about us. And believe it or not, people really appreciate something like that, because it's different. You're doing something that someone else didn't do. You're saying their name. They know it's not like this generic thing that's going out to a million people. They know you took the time, and you made them feel special. And people won't care about what you have to say until you care about how they feel, right? So when they know that you care about them and you're thinking about them, and then they're more interested in what you have to say.
Yes. What would you tell an individual like myself? When I first started doing video, I was like, oh my God, I look terrible and people are gonna laugh and this and that. But what would you tell somebody that's afraid of doing video, like just scared of their mind?
I would okay. I would, what I would do is if somebody was coming to me, I'd tell them that everyone's nervous, right? Like every single person is nervous. Nobody likes doing video. If you ask, 100 people, if they're comfortable doing video, 99% of them, 98% of them will tell them, I don't like it. The 2% that like it are the weird ones, right? No one likes doing video. It's uncomfortable. You're afraid of what people are going to think about you, what they're going to say, how you're going to look. You think you think you're too thin, or you're too heavy, or your nose looks big, your hair is fried, whatever it is. We all think that way. But that's how you look, and that's how you sound, and that's who you are, and who cares, right? Like, we're so, worried about being perfect, and no one likes perfection. People, and when you go to a party, you can't stick a bag over your head and just say, hey, I don't like the way I look today, just talk to me through a bag. You're you.
Yeah.
So it's no different on video, and it's hard until it's not, right? And even when it's not, it still can be. I mean, you still have to think about it. Like, what I do is I just get up every day, and I make sure I go to the gym, and then I take a shower and put my makeup on and do my hair, and make sure that that's one of my ways to, combat not wanting to do video, is I just get up and I get dressed, and then I hit record, and I don't worry about being perfect. And like right now we're doing this live, right? We can't say, hey, hold on, let me redo it. It's live. We've made mistakes. I've itched my nose, and I've scratched my head, and all these things. And, that's what you do when you're human. So people, they really, really do appreciate realness. And it allows people to get to know you, and people like to do business with people that they know. People like to do business with people that they feel comfortable with. And they're developing a relationship with you when they see you online, and when they see your videos, and they start to, and they start to like you, right? And research shows that the more that somebody sees you, the more they start to like you. So you kind of start to grow on people after time. So, just remember that. And if people were to say to me, Krista, I've got 2 multi-million-dollar businesses, and I'm creating a third one right now through EXP. My goal is to, really to quickly, drive that up as well. And if they were to ask me what's the number one way of doing it, I would say it has been through video and properly distributing it, making sure it's actually being seen. And so we do that, as I said, through Facebook, and we make sure we're giving the right audience the right material at the right time. A goal is to get leads to go from cold to warm to hot, meaning cold, someone that doesn't know who you are, or doesn't know that they even have a problem, or that there's a solution to a problem. That's a cold lead. Your job for a cold lead is to get them to understand that they have a problem, and that there's a solution, right? Like, there's a solution to their problems. Right. Once they understand that they have a problem, or that there's a solution to a problem, or there's a problem that they didn't even know they had, right? Like, understanding, like, hey, I have this problem, I didn't even realize I had that problem. Then they become a warm client. That's a warm lead. When they're warm, your goal is to really educate them more, educate, get them to, really understand as much as possible about the process. That's a warm lead. And a hot lead is somebody who knows they have a problem, who knows there's a solution, and who understands that you're the best solution to their problem, right? That's a hot lead. Then it's very, very easy to convert. So if I would say is, if you don't like money, then don't do video. But if you like money, and you want to make an impact, and you want to help people, and you want to make a difference, and you're tired of, doing all the old school techniques, that video is definitely the way, right? And especially with what's happening right now in our world, everything's getting shut down again where I'm at. Like, as of tomorrow, we can no longer go out to restaurants again. And everything's getting shut down. And so you can't even go to work, right? In most places. And so, you can't door knock or go cold call in someone's office, or go to a BNI networking group. You can't do the traditional things that most people are doing, most professionals, most agents are doing to get business. So utilizing video and positioning yourself as the authority figure by giving value, by helping people, by, talking about what's happening in the community and happening, is really the way to go.
Yes. Yeah. And here in El Paso, I think that, I'm seeing a lot of more people get involved in social media, but like you said, video, would sharing that a little video, and you don't have to start going because I know Facebook has the live like we are right now, but just starting off small, I guess, with a small video, and then you could grow from there. That's that. Yeah.
Yes. It's exactly right. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to start little pieces, and, practice makes perfect. And what I tell people is, do it first. The very first thing you do in the day is think about, I always tell my students, set their work week up for success, where they, they learn and educate on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays, they, will write out their videos and then record, and then they'll get them on Wednesday, they'll send the videos to Facebook to get them, or get their video edited if they are going to get them edited, and then Thursday they run the ads, right? And so do what you don't like to do first thing in the morning. If you're worried about doing video, if you get nervous about it, do it first thing in the morning. If you can do it first thing in the morning, then it's over with, right? Then you feel successful for the day. You're not as stressed about it. You have more energy. You're going to be more productive because you got it done first thing. Do it first thing in the morning, but you'd be amazed that with consistency, right? I call it the 8 C's. If you commit to consistently producing content correctly, you're going to make a connection. So you're going to convert more clients and customers, right? Because that all those things, the consistency, the connection, it's just so important. So it's just a matter of doing it.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, and you don't have to be all, it doesn't have to be a professional video when you first start either.
No.
Like I said, I'm doing video. And my videos are just like me with my phone and, giving out information and content to my audience, right?
Yeah. Everybody's got a phone, right? Everyone has a phone. Everyone has the ability to. All you need is this right here. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a green screen. You don't need any of that. You just need a phone. It's all you need.
Yes. So let me go ahead, click on a couple of questions I have. Have one here is how do you join your program?
Hi, Jackie. So if you're wanting some information about my program, you can go to if you can email me, Krista@KristaMashore.com. We also have, so it's Krista@KristaMashore.com, and we can get you in touch with one of our sales team members. We also, you can go to KristaMashore.com/bizbump. That's KristaMashore.com/bizbump. I don't like giving that one because we track where everything goes. That's related to a specific funnel. So probably emailing is the best. So Krista@KristaMashore.com, Krista@KristaMashore.com. And there's information on the screen that if you want to join our free challenge first, you can always do that as well too.
Right. Okay. The other question was when does it come out?
We run them all the time. So if you join one of my higher level coaching programs, those are always running. And the challenge, we run it on a monthly basis. So if you go to sign up, it'll let you know the different times that you can do it.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. Those are the only questions we have right now. We'll go back to any questions. If anybody has any, go ahead and write on the comments if you guys have any questions for Krista. Again, she is a digital marketing coach. And you are off of in California, right? Brentwood, California?
Yep, I'm in Brentwood, California, but we have people in Canada and in, Hawaii. We're all over the place. So we're all over the United States. Everything is done online. We do group coaching calls. Everything's in the group setting. People sign in with a portal, and there's a portal that they will do all their trainings on. And then we have weekly training sessions. So
Okay. And like I mentioned to you guys before, it doesn't have to be about real estate. She does help any business basically that wants to get into reaching their audience more on social media. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So give us a little bit more information on or advice, I guess it would be, on how using this video, using social media is so important for your business.
You got to think about where people are at, right? I mean, people are online. People, on average, people spend over 2.5 hours a day on social media sites.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a lot of time, right? And remember, as a marketer, our job is marketing is attraction. Marketing is attraction. And so many people are they're constantly chasing business. When you are a good marketer, you're attracting business. You're not chasing it. So when you give people help and you give them information and tips and tricks, they, like, just this morning I was at the gym and I had my mask on and some guy's like, "Hey, aren't you in real estate?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, good. I'm looking for a commercial building." And I was like, "Okay, great." And, and I look like crap. I mean, I can't believe he didn't recognize me and I had a mask on, but because he sees me so often, I'm so consistent about it. He knew I was in real estate. I didn't tell him. I didn't have a shirt on that says, "Hey, I'm in real estate." He sees me everywhere. Right. And so, think about it like this. Tax time is coming up, right? Everyone needs a good accountant or is looking for, a good bookkeeper or whatever it might be. Maybe you're an insurance agent. People always need insurance. Maybe you're a divorce specialist. It doesn't really matter. You're an attorney. If people don't know about what you do, you can be the best person in the entire world, right? I'm an expert in real estate. I've sold over 2,200 homes, but if nobody knows it, it doesn't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it doesn't matter how much of an expert you are if no one knows that you're an expert, right? So
Right.
our goal, in order for you to be known, you have to be seen, you have to be heard in order for you to be known. So the goal is to be known by as many people as possible locally. And right now, when you're posting on your business page or posting on your personal page, it's no one's seeing you because Facebook's algorithm, you have to pay to play. They're only exposing you to your friends and family. Your goal is to be seen by everyone else in your community as the expert, right? Your goal is to be seen by everyone else as the professional that you are. And you do that by running targeted ads. And you can also target certain people. So you can tell who's watched a specific video, how much time they've watched it. You can target people and say, okay, I just did a video on, on 5 tips for selling your house in a crazy economy. And then you could target those people and do another video on selling, or then you can target them testimonials. You could target them, more video content on yourself. Then you can target them to ask them to, download something from you, maybe download your book or download a PDF or to get a market analysis on their home. Right. So many people just start with, hey, download this or give me this, or, give me your information, give me your name and phone number and email, but they don't know who you are, right? So the idea behind video is they're much more likely to click later on once they've developed a relationship with you. Once they trust you, they feel more confident to click, and then it's easier to get their information because they feel comfortable giving it to you.
Right. Yeah. And that's the importance of video. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you about the algorithm. So, I'm new to this whole social media posting and video, and tell us about how that works with algorithms.
So you have to go back so it's not just about people do boosting, but with boosting isn't enough because it doesn't have all the same things that you're allowed to do if you go back into your ads manager account, right? There's different objectives that you could use. For example, you could, your objective might be that you want people to watch your video. So you could use the video views objective. Your objective might be that you want to gain brand awareness. You can use the brand awareness objective. Your objective might be that you just want everyone in your community to see you. So then you use the reach objective, right? Mm-hmm. There's also a strategy behind it. It's not just about which objective or using the ads manager. It's the strategy behind it. It's like, what content do you give and when, and how long should it be, and how do you actually create a video so somebody actually wants to watch it and take action? Mm-hmm. How do you engage and keep them interested and occupied? And it's really something that needs to be taught. It's not something that can be taught in an hour or a day. It takes a little bit of time. And what we find is, and what I found as a coach, that the hardest part, with most people is that they lack the support, because you can pretty much find anything on Google, right? Everything's on Google. You can Google just about anything. And if it was just as easy as Google, then we'd all be super wealthy and rich, right? But it's about the implementation part of it. It's the support part of it. There's a study called Change or Die, which basically they took some people that were going to die. The doctors told them, if you don't change your behavior, let's just say maybe it was eating too much sugar and they were diabetic, or they were overweight, or they had high blood pressure and they had to change their behavior, or they were headed to death. Mm-hmm. After a year, 9 out of 10 people would rather die. They couldn't change their behavior. Now, there's another group that had coaching, accountability, and support. 77% of those people after a year were able to change. So you're 7 times more likely to change when you have coaching, accountability, and support. And so, we need help a lot of the times to learn to be able to push through, because things get hard and it gets tough. And, people's biggest, they want to stop, right? They want to stop. And so the idea is not to get them to stop and to get help. And so that's why having a coach is so important, right? And getting help to get past that thing. And then we also stop in the fact that we're not consistent about it. And, typically the reason why athletes have coaches is because they need to be pushed and they need help and they need to make modifications and adjustments. And the bottom line is, without the support, most of us just won't do it. Like, we all know what to do, right? We know that creating videos is great. We know that by, getting, 400, 500, 600 hours of watch time on one video is only going to help our business. But why don't we do it? Because we need the support.
Yes, yeah, the support, and yes, it's very important. We do have a question. We're gonna go back a little bit to the real estate side. There was a question here. Do you have a team?
So when I sold my best year in real estate, I sold 169 homes. That was not a team. It was just myself. I was the only licensed agent. I had a full-time transaction coordinator and a full-time assistant. They did not deal with clients or sell houses. It was 100% me. The year that I left real estate, I sold 150 full-time. I sold 154 homes, and I brought in my brother and another person to help kind of be me. So as I transitioned out, they came in. I have a buyer's agent, but she doesn't really do a whole lot of business. Quite honestly, she's not really. We're mostly listing agents, and so right now I'm coaching about 95% of the time. 98% of the time, I spend about 3% of my time in the real estate business. This year, we'll sell just under 100 homes. Which isn't so, it's not as much as I normally do, but it's not so bad considering I'm only working on the business 3 to 5%, right? Now, my brother is the listing agent. And then we have a full-time transaction coordinator, a part-time marketer, and a full-time videographer. So that's my team now.
Yeah. And I know that, right now, all this that's going on, you are doing a lot of the trainings online. But do you go live? Do you go to different places and do live training?
So we were going to have a live event. It was actually supposed to be in October. We had to cancel it, but we're going to have another one hopefully next year. And when I'm allowed to, when my students, when they coach with me on certain levels, they come down once or twice a year, and we do like a 3-day live event. We have, but now we're doing virtual live events, which is really the same thing, right? I mean, right now, sorry, my nose is itchy. Right now, we have to just to adapt, right? We've got to pivot, not pause, and adapt and change. And right now, the way of conferences and the way of learning is online. It's through Zoom, and so we just adapted. And we're doing that, and I'm really good at getting people excited and sort of getting them present. And so my job is to kind of, motivate people as much as possible, even though it's virtual.
Yeah, and that's why I think video is so important, because right now, I mean, at least for us, we're not going knocking doors. People don't want to see us at their doors. So I think this way we're able to reach a lot of people, because we have a lot of friends on Facebook. They share our posts, and so we're able to get to a lot of more people this way, I believe, right? So video, like you said, on the algorithm is going to be boosted up, and more people are going to be able to see it, so you'll get shared more, right?
Yeah. Well, you'll get shared more and you'll get exposure more. Absolutely, right? So you got to think about this. I mean, imagine, why does McDonald's market during the Super Bowl when it's so expensive? They do it because there's the most amount of eyes, right? There's so many eyes, and they know the power of marketing. Imagine in your business or your profession that people in your locally were able to, you were getting on every video that you created, a couple 100,000 views, or, thousands of engagements, anywhere from 100 to 500, 600 hours of watch time on every single video that you produced. Imagine how powerful that would be. I mean, that's powerful. People used to spend, thousands and thousands of dollars for just a 30-second commercial. You've got your own commercial right at your fingertips for free, pretty much.
Yeah.
You got your phone, and you think about the marketing that you're spending. Imagine just putting some of that marketing dollars towards marketing yourself. And so many people will say it's expensive, they don't want to spend any money. But man, it's like, especially in real estate, or if you're an attorney, or a doctor or a dentist, you're making a lot of money when you're helping these people. Every client can be worth so much. We've got to invest in ourselves and invest in our business in order for us to really, really make an impact, right? It's like people will say, well, I need the money first and then I'll do that. No, that's not how it works. You need to do that first. Invest in yourself, invest in your education, invest in your training, invest in exposing yourself. Then the money will come, right? It's not the reverse.
Yeah. And yeah, as when I joined this team, Team Jackie Stevens, that's one of the things that she is very, she pushes us to do is, invest in yourself, and you will see a lot of things happen. And going back to the video, I'm just thinking about, I don't know if you've seen this gentleman, they call him Dogface on TikTok. It just reminded me, like, he's doing all these videos, and all of a sudden he's like all over, I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't know who he is.
He's doing, the videos with the cranberry juice and the skateboard, and he's like all over now, social media. But yeah, so we have another question. Well, it's a little comment, and it is, we are in Sign Us Up. Yes. No.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
That's your,
yeah,
that's
we're
Jackie.
excited. So just give us just the last minute, few more little tidbits that we could learn from you, Krista, before we let you go.
So one thing I'll tell everyone is you want to win before you arrive. All right. And what do I mean by win before you arrive? So you got to think about it. You're always on a job interview. Okay. Everything you do, from your business cards to your videos to your messaging, to every action that you take prior to meeting with the client. And I'll just use this in a real estate term. Okay. I'll use it in a real estate example. Before I go on a listing appointment, I'll tell you all the steps that happen before I go on a listing appointment. So first we'll speak on the phone, correct? And then I'll send them a bonbon video thanking them for the call. We'll send a card if we have time. Prior to going to the appointment, we will drop off a beautiful marketing plan. Which, by the way, when I coach and teach you, I give you all this stuff, so you get access to all this. So, like, for example, the marketing plan cost me over $10,000 to create, and we give that to our students. They make their own. So we've dropped the marketing plan off. Then we do a bonbon video letting them know the marketing plan is there if we weren't able to get in touch with them. Then I have a book that I've written, and which my students are able to be co-author with me. What to expect when selling your home. I have 3 different covers. One is what to expect when selling your home. One's what to expect when selling your East County home. The other one's what to expect when selling your Deer Ridge or Shadow Lakes home. So I teach my students how to customize this on their own. They drop off a copy of the book before they go. They also email a digital copy of the book. They also, there's a picture of it says the strategy for selling, and it has the client's address on it, and it's a strategy for pricing, negotiating, disclosures. Then we have all these lists of all the things that go under each one, right? And you're pointing to it, like, we're going to talk about this, and that gets emailed and text messaged to them. And then I have a 17 minutes long listing presentation marketing video that I send, and I make them watch it. They promise me they will, and they always watch it. And it's 17 minutes of talking about all the things that I do that's different than my competitors, right? So I say, hey, we utilized Facebook, and here's the results that we get. And I show, the National Association of Realtors says that 67% of homes will sell, 67% of buyers will walk through a home they see online. Well, look at this listing. We have 380 hours. We've got 700 hours. We've got 600 hours of watch time, 140,000 views, 8,000 clicks. And I show them all these different types of marketing that we do that's so different than what my competitors are doing. And then I tell them the type of questions they should be asking if they're interviewing anybody else, and make sure that they are shown, not just told what they're doing. So this video completely positions me as the expert. So I've won before I arrive, right? I've all these touch points, the phone calls, the reminders, the bonbon videos, the marketing plan, the book, the video, all of that is me winning before I arrive, because I can guarantee you that my competitors, none of them did that. Most of them don't even remind the appointment, let alone send a marketing plan, do a bonbon videos, drop off a book, send a 17-minute listing presentation video, do all these different steps. So win before you arrive. No matter what business you're in, you've got to think about how you can position yourself so you're very different than your competitors, how you can be different, look different, act different, right? And when everyone else is doing, baking cookies, you should be making orange juice. Like, to be totally different and unique, because that's how you're going to be able to really position yourself as that go-to authority.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So much great advice. And we have another comment, and it is great advice. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, Kevin. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much again, Krista. Give us one more time where can they find you?
So you can, KristaMashore.com is my website, KristaMashore.com. If you look up, it tells you how to sign up for the challenge. You can get a copy of my free book as well from down below. And yeah, sign up for the challenge. It's a great way to really find out about us. If you are interested in coaching, really highly recommend you do nothing less than the elite coaching level, because things take time, and it's really a step-by-step. You're buying pretty much a business in a box when you buy the elite program. It is an investment. It's not the cheapest program you're ever going to find, but I will tell you that you'll get the most out of it. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my education, and we've built this program to where there is so much accountability, there's so much support, there's so much help. It's a step-by-step of how to do everything, and the mindset and the pushing is what really helps people do really well. So yeah, that's how.
Thank you again, El Paso, for joining us. Thank you, Krista, for joining us.
Have a great day, and thanks, Jackie, as well, for reaching out to me. Appreciate you, and you take care. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.